All right, y'all. This is Inside B20, a metaverse docu-series. This is going to be an exclusive behind-the-scenes series that captures the ideas, decisions, and conversations that shaped the first tokenized art project in the metaverse. Welcome, TwoBadour. Welcome, man. How exciting!
Thank you. It's super exciting to be here. Thanks for having me, Alegria. And thank you, the entire whale community, right? We've felt so welcome from day one. Uh, Even at the time when we had no idea how B20 would work, you guys opened your arms to us. So thanks so much.
It's been a wild ride so far. It's been about a month, right, since the launch, maybe a little bit over, and things have exploded in the space, exploded with the token, but first of all, exploded with Beeple, Christie's auction, all kinds of drops. Tell us a little bit about what we can expect from this episode, and just how you guys must be feeling at the moment.
Yeah, really weird, right? Even when we got started, we had this sense that what we were part of was larger than life, was much bigger than us. So Metacoven had this instinct that we had to document this somehow. We had to record this because we all have been part of projects or the kind of work that, on hindsight, we wish that we remembered better. So we were sure that this was going to be one such thing, and that's how the idea started. So we have some of our team members. I think they're part of the audience now. There's this guy called Praveka who's been a lifelong fan of Beeple's, and his team, Praveen and Dinesh, who were behind creating a really special aesthetic for this entire docu-series. But beyond that, what's really fascinating is that all of the people involved in B20, whether it was the team from Grow Your Base, John, whether it was Metacast, Matthew, Andrew, Brooke, and whether it was Voxel Architects, whether it was Beeple himself, none of us had any idea of how all of this was going to turn out, right? So you can hear how do I say, the questions in their voice when they're talking about this. And now when you look back on it just makes for such fascinating television.
I I couldn't agree. That Metapalooza event that was held at an NFT 42, the Token Smart server, that was an event for the ages. I'm talking every single metaverse packed, everyone dancing, everyone having a great time. The energy was just wild. People trying to buy their tokens, people trying to say hi to people. It was just, you had to be there. It was one of those moments that, it's like, what were you doing during Metapalooza?
Yeah, so true, man. And it was a wonderful event, and we had no idea, right? It turned out to be the largest ever metaverse event till date. We had something like 2,500 people attend at the same time, and this is something I've maintained from the start. We can't take credit for that kind of a that kind of a turnout. I mean, if 100 people turn out, or if 1,000 people turn up, we can say, yeah, we did a great job. We did a lot of promos. We spoke about it. But something of that scale, it means that the idea was infectious. It sort of caught on, and people just loved what we were trying to do, and we just went along with the flow after that.
I agree, and the beautiful thing about this space is that nobody does things alone. We all reach out
Yep.
to people, we all make great connections, and ultimately, it's a community effort. So it's like we're doing the things for ourselves, but also for the greater.
So
so
true, so true. I
um,
mean, case
um,
in point, the whale community, right? What you're doing right now, Legri, I mean, spending time with me, speaking like this, and it flows all the way throughout the whale organization. Whale Shark and I were chatting about something else naturally, and we got talking, and very instinctively, very typical of Whale Shark. He just pulled me on. We had that interview with the whale community where he had me speak about B20, and on the spot he said, "You guys are welcome to have a channel within the whale community. We'd be happy to welcome you there." And it it's been the same since, right? It's never changed. The warmth that we've received from the community. So yeah, I know I was speechless too.
oh, I'm sorry, I was muted. We love hosting the official B20 community here in the Well Discord server. If you hold some B20, please come over. We have a great team ready to help you with any questions. TwoBadour comes through every now and then. Zorro is doing a great job hosting and providing information for everyone that comes over. So please come by and you can receive a role just for holding one B20, so you can be part of the community as well. Yeah, it's always a good time. TwoBadour, what can we expect from this episode? And then right after this, we'll go into it and give it a watch. Let's relive it together.
This is just the first of about a dozen or so episodes. I've been given strict instructions from Praveka, who put this together, to not reveal the final number. We're keeping that bit a surprise, but there's about a dozen episodes to all of this. And in the first episode, eh, you sort of get into the mind of Metacoven, right? What was he thinking? Which is a very valid question when you're about to drop $2.2 million in a Beeple auction. So, what kind of a thought process when goes into somebody's mind before they make a commitment of this sort? I mean, what are you thinking about the NFT space and so on? And what was that switch which flip the decision in your mind to go for something like this? So I think in this first episode, which is hardly more than a few minutes, 5 minutes or so, you get to discover the that thought stream which led to the seed of an idea that was B20.
Awesome. All right. Let's see how the planting of that seed went. DC, up in the studio, can you please hit it?
Okay.
Just before actually Beeple drop of Beeple came out, a month before that, second week of December, that's when I sat down for a reflection on what was going on in the NFT space. In my head, I was going into a new experiment, and I was thinking, okay, we have to do something new and do something interesting again. This whole industry is very much about culture and art. That means that we have to keep improving, changing, evolving, doing new stuff. What would be really interesting, or what are some of the the roles that might be there in the future of metaverse? And one of the things I was thinking is, okay, there are definitely going to be curators who would say have their own museums, maybe because it's really possible. The barrier to entry of being a curator in NFTs is very, very low. Even if you're not able to buy all the art yourself, you can still give people a unique experience with your own gallery. And that's something you can do today, right? So, and we were thinking about all generic ideas, like why not do, say, something like MoCA, right? Like Museum of Crypto Art. So I was thinking, okay, let's do some collection together and maybe put together something and see how it goes. But it was not clicking. Nothing was really so exciting that I was just like, yeah, this is not going to work. This is not going to work. And then suddenly one day, actually Beeple sent me a DM. I felt like, wow, this is a very interesting coincidence. I do believe in serendipity. I'm a huge fan of Beeple. I have so much respect for how much he has done over years and the consistency, right? Like the consistency is what his story is. And you cannot really easily replicate that, right? Like if I start today, it'll take me 13 years to try to be Beeple. And now Beeple sends me a message saying that he has something to show me. So I go on a call and he shows me the collection, right? So I saw the physical pieces. I saw his energy. I saw the way he was so excited presenting it. And I knew he understood the thesis of what NFTs are. So he understood the thesis, he understood scarcity. And so when I was speaking to him, it clicked on me. Okay, this is something. As an experiment, we can do something about this. It'll be very interesting if I can collect all of them. But what if I cannot? What if I can only do like 5? What if I can only do 6 of them? It can still be interesting, but it's just any other NFT. Like right now, there's so many NFTs, and obviously demand is much higher than supply right now. But if you want your NFTs to hold value, you also have to do something about it. It's the artists, but then NFTs are going to be very interesting that way because they are really non-fungible. And just because you buy an NFT does not mean it will increase in value tomorrow, or it will hold its value tomorrow. But if I do the whole collection, then that's a story, right? So Beeple is interesting, but then you add on top the story of how we collected it, and that makes a good story. That makes it a good collection. So then that night we decided, okay, like let's go for it.
Wow, oh, wow, man. That's a lot to unpack in such a neat package, right?
What? What do you think?
Man, I would pay a subscription fee to watch this. I can't, like, when Netflix gets wind of this, they're gonna throw some $100 million at you, right?
Oh man, I mean that's the kind of impact we wanted to have as well, and it does feel cinematic, right? And like Metacone was describing, there is an element of serendipity, and this is only the first of many. Throughout this journey, throughout the series, you'll discover that there are so many corners that we had no idea how to turn, how to build from there on, and something would happen, something would click, and suddenly the way would open in front of us, and all of this in a time span of like 45 days.
Yeah, it's amazing how one piece of art can create many more pieces of art. Beeple took a chance and put himself out there, and now you are kind of building on top of that. This series and this thing inspired by him is also a work of art, and I can't wait to see all the episodes.
Beautifully put, man. I mean, in fact, that was one of the primary intentions of the B20 project itself, right? I mean, we all know that this ecosystem runs on many roles and many kinds of people doing it, but the upsides of art or of NFTs don't equally go to everybody. But the B20 project, for instance, everybody who worked on it, I mean, from people like Praveka, who bring real skills that sort of showcase the art. People like voxel architects who house these monuments in which the art lives. To the excellent crowd at Grow Your Base in Wales Street, who did the token engineering and the under the hood work. So all of these are under the surface. These are all roles which are not like cut and dry like artist and collector. There are so many of these interesting nuances in between, and everybody got to share in the upsides and to sort of become part of the journey. You're right, and that people's art inspired all of this other stuff.
And documentaries and art series have been done before, but this is all on the blockchain now. The experience, the token, people, this is going to live on forever, and the story is yet to be told fully, and I don't know if it'll ever be finished, because this token and this and his works on the blockchain are forever. So man, you're going to have to make many more episodes, TwoBadour.
Yeah, I hope so, man. I hope so. I mean, uh, thanks for the whale community and so many of the other B20 holders for keeping this story alive as long as it has. We thought it was going to be a very slow unfold, right? I mean, even if you looked at pure tokenomics, what started off at somewhere around 36 cents or something, we thought maybe in 6 months it might hit $1 and so on. But that's not how it was received. But forget the token price itself. It's the sheer number of people in whose hands B20 now rests. That's massive. I mean, more than 2,000 people have B20s right now. Not because they just want the token or the upside, but because they love the story itself, which is one of the bigger reasons why we wanted to actually launch this story in the first place. That's nice. That's a great part.
Amazing. 2,000 people that are now part of the story as well. As it unfolds live on the blockchain is a pretty awesome thing. We have a few minutes. Maybe if we get some questions from the audience, maybe we can read them out. And TwoBadour, if he's got a second, he can answer. So if you're watching, submit your questions in the stream text channel, and I'll try to read them out. But in the meantime, is there some more juicy stuff planned for B20? What? I know you guys never stop innovating over there. What can we expect? Something you don't have to say what.
I would say yes, Alegria, for sure. I mean, this is the question, right? But the only thing that keeps us awake at night is we've very carefully and how do I say, with a lot of integrity, built this sort of this vibe or this intention for the metaverse. So whatever we do next shouldn't dilute what we did with V20 or in any way reduce the efforts that we did there. So that's the only thing that keeps us awake at night. So it has to be epic. It has to be larger than life, and it has to help and touch more people than B20 has. So yeah, we are working on something, working quite hard. I mean, there's a lot of sketchboarding going on, lots of ideas trashed, lots of new ones that seem promising. Let's see where it takes us. But we're quite happy, every now and then watching the B20 community and chatting with them and seeing how that goes.
Nice, awesome, and as you said, there's over 2,000 people now holding this, and all those people also have a story. And you're welcome to come into the whale Discord. Tell us about it. Join the B20 room, and let us know. How it's going, what you expect from the project, what you want to see, because you are also now part of this journey. Um, we have a question here from Trippy Yogi. Have there been any inquiries on the collection as far as potential collectors? Ooh, Trippy Yogi is getting straight to the meat of it.
Hey, Trippy. That man makes great music. I love listening to his pre parties and after parties. He's been a wonderful mainstay at the Whip, and I think we sort of shared our growth journey in this space as far as the Whip is concerned. So hi, good to see you here, Trippy. To answer your question, yeah, every day there are always requests from people who want to look at this collection. It's not just the Beeple collection, but also the entire Metaverse collection, right? So Metacoven has been collecting NFTs since late 2016, and he's got some of the most iconic NFTs out there across the board, art and so on. And the whale community will be familiar with that feeling. So there are always inquiries about this one. Specifically for the B.20 ones, not so much, because I think we were clear in our message right from the beginning that these were part of a bundle, that they would never be sold or looked at separately from the bundle. The value of it comes because they are all one set.
Excellent. So, Beeple every days, interest in B20 every day. I love it. I love it. I mean, it just has to have that interest because it's such a huge thing. We have another good question here from Nightmare. With a dedicated B20 community now built, what are your plans to further leverage and interact with the collective? Oh,
Beautiful. Yeah, I mean, this is part of our efforts, right? And To be honest with you, Nightmare, we hadn't really thought beyond the launch of B20. The way we thought of it was B20 is a one of a kind token. It's a very simple project. It's not a social token. It's not a utility token. It's quite simple in that sense. If you got B20s, then you own a piece of the B20 project. That's all it was. But then this entire we knew that this was meant to be the start of a cultural movement, but then it blossomed, and now we find ourselves with this strange and um, wonderful responsibility of trying to keep the story alive as well. So I think that's what we'll do. This attempt, the current attempt to try and tell the story, and we also have a lot of what we call derivative events, which are exclusive to B20 community and the B20 token holders, to keep them engaged and to also keep the B20 story alive. So yeah, there are going to be some sweet surprises along the way.
Awesome. We can't wait to host them and be part of whatever that might be. I hold some B20 and so do most of the team here, and we'd love to keep going on that journey.
Yeah, but
Um,
wait, before I forget, there's going to be a very strong and undeniable IRL connection to this, right? And Beeple himself was very clear. He said, I'm ready to stand all day and all night and sign autographs for the B20 community members. So the idea is that eventually, when all of the COVID-19 trap clears and the dust settles, there will be a real world event in which we all get to hang out, not just virtually but also physically. There'll be music. There's going to be a lot of craziness. People will be there, and we get to break bread together. I think that's one day I'm looking forward to.
Nice, nice, excellent. Another event, right? It's always great
Yeah,
to look forward to.
yeah,
We
another
will be there. We will be there. To everyone watching on Twitter and Twitch, definitely please join the whale community so you can be part and stay up to date with everything that's going on. Because as you can see, there's things planned, there's things unplanned that are going to be planned. So show up and go on the journey with us. Let's see if we have one more question. Um, I doesn't look like it, but the link to that would be to our community is discord.gg/whale. There you can find TwoBadour and Zoro that's leading that community. You can ask for questions, find out where to purchase, see what the next event is, and really just be a part of this massive movement that's going on right now. Um, Troubadour.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. You've said so many awesome things already, but leave us with something to look forward to for the next episode. Tell us when it's going to drop and when we should be here again.
Oh man, I'm so glad none of you pushed me for any spoilers because there are quite a few, and and I suck at keeping secrets in that sense. But yeah,
Well, tell
inevitable,
us.
right? And I mean, one really nice twist or a moment of friction that you will see comes from Beeple himself, right? All of us sort of had a journey in trying to understand B20 and sort of really feeling it. And the best kind of journey is where you start off extremely skeptical and then sort of come around. So I think I'm going to leave you with that cliffhanger, and all I'll say is that people did not buy the promise of B20 when we first told them.
Awesome. Cool, cool, cool. So we are looking forward to many more episodes and events. Yeah, you guys can stay tuned. You can follow the Twitch, follow the YouTube, or come join us in the Discord community to stay up to date and follow Troubadour on Twitter because maybe he'll give us some spoilers online, right?
Yeah, maybe. I'm just, yeah, I can't keep my mouth shut, man. It's very difficult. I think the
It's
next episode's going to drop in a couple of weeks from now. We're trying to do this, make this a bi-weekly event. If Alegria can tolerate me with any more frequency, maybe then. But yeah, I think 2 weeks should be
uh,
just about enough. Yeah.
Oh please, you own this channel. You can come by anytime, and this audience is great. They love everything you're doing, and we want to see more. And especially, there's a little Beeple hidden treasures there. We're gonna be here. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for coming to this brief premiere. Get your questions ready for the next one. Come watch, see how the whole season unfolds. Maybe we'll turn this into a multi-season thing, huh, TwoBadour?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised.
Awesome. All right, so definitely join us for the next one. We'll put it out on Twitter with dates and times. And all right, we'll see y'all soon.
Thanks so much, guys. Thanks, Alegria. Thanks, Zoro.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
see